The Big Picture, a conversation show about the children and the future. Sean is somehow still out. So we are going full no parents mode on this special episode of The Big Picture. I have convened a panel of the Ringer's finest young minds to answer every question that I have about how Gen Z does or does not watch movies. Welcome to the first and possibly the last edition of the Gen Z Movie Focus Group.
Woo! Let's get it.
All right, so before we begin, I'm going to introduce our panel. And we're, it's going to be like a mingle, like speed dating type thing. Do they still speed date?
Yes.
They do? Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
See, we're learning so much here already.
Yes.
So first, we have Jade Whaley, a producer here at The Ringer, my producer on Jam Session, and an AMC Stubbs member, or I actually forgot to fact check that. Are you still an AMC Stubbs member?
I am not
Okay,
anymore.
so a former AMC Stubbs member. We'll talk about that decision-making process later on. Jade also played a crucial role in a middle school production of the musical Wicked.
Yes.
What role was it, Jade?
I played a shiz student.
Oh, okay. So which were you like bringing, what's the number?
Like the number kid I was?
No. The number, the musical number where the Jonathan Bailey does the, and they dance like this.
Not One Short Day.
No. Come on, you were Miss Wicked Stan.
I am a Wicked Stan,
yeah.
but currently cannot remember the name of that
Something about
song.
life, that's okay.
But I was a shiz student. I was an Aussian and part of the dance ensemble.
And you were really looking forward to at least part one of Wicked.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Part two?
Oh,
okay,
very much.
Great. We'll come back to that. Jade, so to introduce yourself, here's our icebreaker question: what's the last movie that you watched, and how did you watch it?
Okay. The last movie I watched was Anora.
Okay. I'm afraid to ask when that was.
Last week?
Okay.
Yeah, it was recent.
Great.
It was after the Academy Awards, so I had just gotten some inspo and some talk from people. I was like, okay, let me watch it.
Okay, so at home, I'm guessing?
Yes, watched it at home. Watched it through
PVOD?
PVOD.
So, okay, sorry. Premium video on demand. Did you pay money to rent or buy it?
No.
Oh, interesting.
I just watched it.
Are you about to indict yourself in some way?
I was just going to say I watched it through a streaming platform.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did thumbs up, thumbs down?
Oh, thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah,
great. Thank you so much. Jade liked Anora. Good. All right. Next, we'll just go in order down the couch here. We have the Big Picture's own Jack Sanders. Reluctantly making his debut in front of the camera. When I told you had to do this in front of the camera, you were really mad, but you are in fact the person responsible for putting me on camera twice a week. So
this is true.
Here you go. Karma's a bitch.
Yeah.
Jack is here in his capacity as the youngest person that I know, of working age anyway. I do know my children. And also as our quote unquote rep boy. The growing community of Gen Zers who regularly attend repertory screenings and Letterboxd events, or at least, go on Letterboxd.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
So Jack, what is as the Big Picture, member here, you have you probably watched a movie more recently, but what was the last movie that you watched and how?
I went to Burbank Town Center 6 yesterday to see the film Death of a Unicorn.
Okay.
Really hard watch.
Okay.
Really bad.
I'm going to say something, and Jomi, I'm just guessing here. Like, at least someone on this podcast saw that film, because I did not go yesterday.
I would not recommend.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you for your work. Thank you for repping the Burbank theater, community.
That's my favorite theater of the AMCs.
The Town 6 over the 16.
Yeah, because you get recliners. Most of 16 doesn't have recliners.
True.
That's facts.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. All right. Finally. We have Jomi Adeniran, social content producer at The Ringer, our dedicated Ringerverse correspondent. The last time that I saw Jomi, he was wearing merch for the yet-to-be-released Fantastic Four movie. And I know it was from that edition because I asked you. I was like, that's the new one,
TikTok
right?
Shop got me. What can I say?
Yes.
Oh
Don't know
my
what that
God.
means, but thank you.
Oh, my God.
You don't know what that means?
TikTok Shop, Jomi. I know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was some sort of Fantastic Four reference, but no. I do know what TikTok is. I've never bought anything on TikTok Shop. I do buy things on Instagram Shop.
Oh,
Fair.
wow.
Well, listen, you are Gen Z and I am millennial. You know, we have to acknowledge our differences in order to overcome them. Okay. Jomi's also here representing the Zillennial community, which is kids on the cusp who feel, I'm sorry, young men and women.
No, it's
on
okay.
the
You
cusp
called me washed. It's fine.
who feel anxiety about their generational designation. Jomi, welcome.
Hello.
And tell us, the last movie that you saw and how you watched it.
The last movie I saw was the first Mission Impossible on Paramount. I'm locking back in.
Wow.
Mission Impossible 8 it's 8 weeks away.
Okay.
I'm ready. I will be there no matter what. I'm locking back in.
Okay. So I do want to be clarified. That's not the first time you've ever seen the original Mission Impossible.
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And so you're here technically according to like when you Google what is Gen Z, what is millennial, you're right on the edge. You are 6 months younger than Bobby Wagner, who is here and whose birthday it is.
Yeah.
So I guess this birthday is you transitioning from cusp to just old washed person who can no longer be on our panel.
That's right. My back legitimately hurts, and I'm happy to be here. And
you're a combo almost millennial plus rep boy plus you do this show. So you're not that representative of the community at large, but you are out in the world, you see the people. So I do also want you to, chime in if you feel that the under 30 crowd is being slandered here, because this is basically what this is. And I will say, I don't want to make you guys nervous. You don't look nervous. You're doing great so far. It's sort of like being called to the principal's office, but you're humoring me, and I love you all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have a decent amount of younger listeners, which really, really confuses me. So you're representing all of them today, and there are a lot of people listening who, if you don't get it right, are gonna, I don't know, like send you a TikTok comment. Is that something you can do? Can you comment on TikTok?
You can.
Well, you can comment, but can you DM?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's really gonna be a lot of tweets.
Yeah.
A lot of Instagram comments.
Yeah.
YouTube
comments.
The YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Oh, the YouTube.
Yeah.
You guys aren't looking at those, are you?
Well, it's quite literally
Okay.
my job.
It's
so
my
yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to
won't
see the tweets and the Instagram comments.
Right. That's okay.
So we'll share we'll compare notes.
Maybe
and see
I'll
what
leave an
happens.
I won't be
Instagram comment. I love an Instagram comment. Okay. So we're gonna start, and I'll cue you guys as best I can, so people just listening know who's talking. We're gonna start with an easy one, except for maybe Jade. So, Jomi, I'll start with you. How many movies have you seen in the last month?
In the last month, probably like 4 or 5.
Okay.
I had this like whole weekend where I went to see Black Bag, Mickey 17, the Looney Tunes movie. I was locked in.
You were at the theater
I
all
was
weekend.
at the theater. Los Feliz 3,
hell
Century
yeah.
City.
Wow.
I was everywhere.
So that's going all around the city.
Yeah.
So you're not just like hitting Century City and saying, I'm going to be here all day. Are you going with friends? Are you like making appointments here and there?
Friends. They were like, let's go see Black Bag at Los
Okay.
Feliz 3 on 2:00. I said, cool. Then I was like, I got this AMC stubs. Might as well, get the
Got it.
use out
Okay.
of it and just go pop,
There you
pop,
go.
pop. Yeah. It's a
No
good
free
weekend.
ads, but that's that you're paying that. Okay.
Hey.
No, it's probably a
worth
good
it.
deal. Okay, so that's all in theaters.
Mhm.
What about at home?
When I'm at home, unless it's like a new release, I usually like rewatch the goodies.
Yeah, but
You know?
that sort of counts.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, what did you rewatch? What was a memorable rewatch this month?
Oh man. We talked about it earlier. Every time I'm like, yo, I'm in a funk. I need to get something that gets the juices going, that just makes me feel alive.
Yes.
Head to Paramount Plus. I'm
Okay.
putting on Top Gun Maverick. I'm
Okay.
locking in.
Do you want to come to my house and babysit and watch Top Gun
I'll
Maverick
do
with
it.
my 3-year-old?
Just say when. Just say when.
It is on almost every day in my home, but
Your 3-year-old knows ball.
it is cinema.
It's fantastic, Amanda. They have the scene during the final run, and the plane goes upside down over the cascading mountains,
Yeah,
and just disappears. I feel alive.
sure.
There's something in my soul that it means something different.
You don't have to tell me. I listen. So you're doing one movie over and over again.
No, Ringerverse,
Sure.
so you got to throw some,
I'm
some
not-
Marvel in there, some DC.
You're
in
allowed to
there.
say the word Marvel on this podcast.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Listen, if you
man.
don't want to, that's on you. But yeah, you can. Yeah. So you're. I guess you're doing like a lot of research for Ringerverse and everything too.
Got to.
But do you find that you turn on movies instead of TV shows, or when you have a free zone?
Yeah, if I've got like a free 2 hours, then it's definitely. I like to when I'm like eating lunch, I get that kava bowl. I
Mhm.
might put on a show People just keep telling me to watch The Pitt. I'm not watching The Pitt. I've had enough. No more Pitt talk. But I'll watch like a show, like a rewatch, like a episode of Psych, whatever. But if I need to like lock in for 2 hours from my laptop, I'll put on an old movie that I know I enjoy.
And thank you for including that. So it's on the laptop.
No. It's on the TV. I'm working on the laptop.
Got it. Okay.
The TV will be on.
So you're doing
second
TV
screening.
proper. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hear tell of the young people just watching on the laptop.
I can't do that. I'm not built like that, Amanda.
Listen, this is your time, Jomi. So I just want the people to know.
I don't understand. Like, even when this is really like inside baseball, we'll get screeners for stuff and they'll be on the computer. You have to log in, do the whole thing. I'm like, bet, let me plug in my HDMI, let me watch on the TV how I'm supposed to watch it.
Right.
Watching on the laptop gives me hives. I don't know how you guys do it.
Are either of you laptop watchers? Jade, it's okay.
Occasionally.
Listen, there are no wrong answers.
No. Occasionally, but I would say I've grown out of it.
Okay.
Like college, big laptop watcher.
Okay.
Post-college.
Is that what I'm picking up on? That it's just like in college you have the laptop and maybe you don't have a TV set up in your dorm?
I didn't have a TV in my like dorm room. So like it had to be laptop.
Okay.
It had to be laptop. But I will say too, like I do watch on my phone as well.
Okay.
I'm a phone watcher.
Are you watching movies on your phone? What are you watching on your phone?
Watching TV.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm watching TV.
What are you like? Are you doing other things, or are you just sitting
usually
there?
I'm doing other things.
Okay.
Okay, let's say I'm going to a coffee shop and like I just want to get out. Maybe I'll like prop it up and watch something.
Are you wearing your headphones?
Yes.
Okay. Well, listen. Who knows at this point?
There's some hooligans out there.
That's insane.
I understand that my tone of voice was not approving, but okay.
Yes, of course. Headphones on. Headphones on.
So movies?
Movies.
Because that's what this
that's what this is about. Yeah.
How many movies have you watched in the last month?
Last month?
You could,
maybe 3.
You could do 2025 if you want to bump
2025?
Yeah.
2025 maybe like 8, 9.
Okay.
But I would say in the last month, like maybe like 2 or 3.
Okay. And were they at home, in theaters?
They were all, in the last month, all at home.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what happened with AMC stubs?
I wasn't going enough.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, the money didn't make sense. Yeah. But there was a time I would say like, because I had it for like 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So I had it for a while. I do remember
you would come in on a Monday for jam session and like you were seeing kind of random stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
There was a phase where you were like, I have this.
Yes. And me and my boyfriend, we both got it because we like just wanted to go to the movies all the time. We were like, might as well get this. We would go all the time. But there just became a point where like we weren't going anymore. So it just was like, no, let's just get rid of it. But now when I do go to the movies, I'm like, how much am I paying for this? This is ridiculous.
Sure. Yeah, that's yes. So we'll come back to
that.
Okay,
big change.
So you're watching movies at home.
Yes.
How are you deciding what to watch?
It's usually, my partner is the more of the movie watcher. So it's like, we usually decide, okay, like, what are we going to watch?
Yeah.
And he usually wants to watch a movie. I usually want to watch
Jade,
a show.
I've been there.
So
okay, and I have to tell you, it gets better.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Listen, I need that. I didn't realize that we were having the early 20-something girlfriend perspective on the podcast, but it's an important one.
No, but it is important because I do think I usually watch movies with him.
Right.
Choosing to watch a movie by myself, that's a really big decision for me.
Okay. What do you remember the last one that you decided to watch by yourself? Where you were like, oh, I'd like to see that?
By myself?
Yeah. Or not watching it by yourself, but like where you were like,
yes,
I choose this.
I can't remember what movie it was, but I will say I usually tend to watch documentaries on my own.
Oh wow!
Yeah, not necessarily like
fiction
or like a feature. Like it's usually like straight documentaries because I love documentaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And is it what's available on streaming always, or you guys aren't like renting or?
No, not really renting.
No extra charges.
No, just streaming. Whatever we've got, we'll use that. We can find something.
Okay. All right, Jack Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Lord of Letterboxd for this episode at least. Do you
Cool.
have a Letterboxd? Am I
do.
slandering you? Okay.
No, you're not.
Do you, Jade or Jomi? Do you guys have Letterboxd?
I just got on Letterboxd.
Okay.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right.
Mm-mm.
And Jade's a no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay. What? How many movies a month?
Well, this last month I did the math. I did 13,
Okay.
5 of which were in theaters.
Great. Okay. What were
Um,
the 5 in theaters? Do you remember?
Mickey 17, Death of a Unicorn, Black Bag, Novocaine, and the special theater experience I had this month is when I was gone from the show and I went to Europe. I went to Copenhagen. Shout out Hussett's Biograph.
Brag
Wow.
about it.
Really cool, independently owned cinema in Copenhagen that does a lot of rep screenings.
You're making everyone so proud right
And
now.
thank you. On my last day in Europe, they were doing a special screening of The Room. And I was like, I need to go to this.
Oh, that's fun.
This would be amazing. But it was sold out.
Okay.
And I sent them a message and I'm like, I'm all the way from the United States. I work on these shows called The Big Picture and The Rewatchables. And they were like,
great. I
Oh,
love
you
it.
threw her
And they were like,
Come
come
on, man.
through.
Okay.
Oh, that's so great.
they let me come.
Shout out them.
And,
oh, I'm so good job.
If you're ever in Copenhagen, seriously, go. It
Yeah.
is an amazing theater. I spoke with them after, told them how grateful I was. And they don't receive a single dollar, any of the employees. They all do it. They're all volunteers.
Wow.
And they all do it for the love of the game and the community. So special shout out to them because that was
That's
a
so
great
cool.
theater
Look at you,
experience.
Jack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, I mean, very cool to do on vacation. It is a fun thing to do on vacation if you are a movie nerd. So 5 in the last month. So once a week?
13 in the last month,
Well,
5 in
five in
theaters.
theaters.
Oh, yes.
So once a week in the theaters and then the rest at home.
Yeah.
Are the movies that you're watching at home for the show or are they for your own interest?
No, they're usually for my own interest.
Okay. And then are they streaming? Are you renting things?
I'm not renting.
You're-
Or
okay.
rarely rent.
Jomi, are
Usually
you ever
streaming.
renting?
No chance.
Okay, no. You guys don't even have you don't have
If
it set up.
if it's not on
No.
streaming, then
Okay.
it's a lost cause.
Okay.
You can also
If-
just find it. You can find it.
Okay.
What do you mean by that, Jay?
Once
Yeah,
again-
what do you mean
What
by
do you
that?
mean by that?
You can find it.
Mm.
That's all I said.
Okay, so no one is entering that passcode. No extra charges.
If
Nah.
my girlfriend and I are really fixated on watching one thing and it's 99 cents, sure.
Okay,
But
but
outside of
99
that-
cents is your threshold.
Or I guess $2.99, whatever it is. But like, I'm never renting a $20 movie on PVOD.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would never do that.
And do you ever have the experience where you go see are you seeking out the movies? You see that it's $20 and you think I'll just wait till it's on streaming? Or is it just you aren't even looking? You're just looking at what's available on the streaming apps.
I think
Yeah,
it
just looking at
depends.
what's available on the streaming apps.
Okay.
I think it depends on like the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes I would wait, but like Wicked, no, I'm not gonna wait.
But
We
you
go
went
see
to
it.
the theater
Yeah, I went
to
to the
go
theater
see
for
it.
that.
Right.
I saw it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We know.
but now
because-
it's on streaming.
And
it's
how many
on-
times have you watched it at home since it was on streaming?
Oh, 0.
Jade, you
Oh.
pay for Peacock?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but Peacock. Yeah.
But I have like
What's wrong with that?
No, I pay. I thought I was the only one. who
No,
paid for
I-
Peacock.
I'm a big
Oh,
fan
no,
of
a
the
lot of
Peacock.
people pay
Yeah.
for because the reality and
Bravo, let's
the
go.
Bravo of
That
it
makes
all.
sense, that makes
Very, very,
sense.
yeah.
They
deep
used to have
stuff.
wrestling too. Yeah, you're right. you're
yeah.
Okay,
right.
cool.
Plus, Bridget Jones Mad About
They
the
have-
Boy.
Hell yeah.
Anyone? Has anyone here seen Bridget Jones Mad About the Boy?
My girlfriend has.
Okay, well that doesn't count.
Okay.
It's available on Peacock.
I didn't get to it.
Okay. So Jade, are you watching a TV, laptop, phone? When you're watching with your boyfriend, like you sit down
Yes.
and watch a movie.
We're usually watching. So like, if we're not together and we're watching it,
Yeah,
we'll watch through laptop. But like,
Okay.
if we're together, TV.
TV. Okay, Jack,
TV.
TV. Okay, and phones.
No.
Never.
Okay, good.
Just, yeah.
It's
occasion.
okay, Jade. It's all right.
On
You know what?
occasion.
It's a computer in your pocket. What are you
Right,
supposed to do?
exactly.
Okay. In terms of the amount of time that you spend watching movies versus watching other stuff, and I think let's start with movies versus TV. Jade, I feel like we know your breakdown.
Yeah, you
More TV.
absolutely.
Yeah. Jack,
More movies.
more movies. Jomi.
It's tight.
Yeah, but your job is like fairly complicating
Yeah.
because Ringerverse now has so many shows that
A
I
lot of
can't
shows,
even
yeah.
keep track of.
And then you just add like the other stuff, Abbott Elementary.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
yes.
course.
Animal Control, like things like that, just like add up. So it's
Yeah.
it's close. It's a
Okay,
50-50
it's close.
split, Yeah.
So now let's put movies and TV in a bucket versus, for lack of a better word, social media. People shit on your phone, basically. How are you spending more time? And I honestly, my answer might honestly be more Instagram than movies, but I'm a diseased person. So
I spend too much time on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are the same way, but they got this LeBron trend.
Yeah.
Where they're making LeBron songs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the man on the Lakers, LeBron. Okay. I'm asking you to say it's like, it's just, I'm just like, bet. I can't, more, please, more. You know, I'm like, who needs to watch a movie when I can just hear people sing about LeBron all day?
Right.
But you do watch so much stuff. Do you think actually that you watch more TikTok than you do movies and TV? I know it's your job, again.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, instead of watching a movie or grinding film, I'll be in bed. I'll be like, keep swiping.
I know.
It's
I know.
1:30,
I mean,
I'm
me
swiping.
too. And then I can't sleep at night, guys. It's like, it's really, really bad. I have a 9 p.m. curfew now.
It can get there.
Jack, movies, TV, or, you know, the siren call of the internet.
I mean, if you're bucketing everything together, I think it has to be the internet. Even if I'm watching one movie every day, maybe that's 2.5 hours.
I know. This is really depressing when I make us all say all this out loud.
Because it's not, if you said just TikTok versus movies or just Instagram or just YouTube, then movies would probably win. But altogether,
also, technically, those things are part of your job as well.
Exactly.
So I'm not, this is a shame-free question. Like I said.
I think it would have to be the general bucket of
look at
the
Instagram
internet.
all day long.
You say shame-free, but if you looked at my screen time, you'd be disgusted.
What's your screen time?
I don't track
What's your screen time?
Because it's like, what am I going to do?
What is it?
I can't track.
You know?
Yeah, what's like the amount of hours?
My worst screen time, it was like 10 and a half hours.
That's pretty bad.
A week or a day.
That's your job.
That's true.
I know.
Good point.
But still, like I remember people used to post it and they'd be like, you know, oh man, I was on 5 hours. That's crazy. I'm looking at myself like,
yeah, no, it's really
do
bad.
I need to go outside?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I think all of us, myself included, should go outside.
Touching grass is necessary. Yeah.
Jade?
That is also a difficult one to answer. I'll probably say social media, but like I watch a lot of TV. So like I would say it's pretty close, but I don't know. Maybe I am on social media a lot. I'm an Instagram girl too. So like
thank you so much.
I like
for
to be on
me.
Instagram. I had a TikTok phase. Kind of out of it now though. But Instagram,
missing the LeBron memes.
Yeah. Okay. So now I want to talk about not your grown-up lives, but your childhood lives.
This is what I can get into.
Yeah. Okay. So, I broadly speaking, how did you watch movies growing up? Jade, you're excited about this question.
Yeah. VHS, DVD.
Okay.
Downloads.
But did you watch a lot of movies? Were they?
Yes.
What kinds of movies? And what role did they play in your life? And you can like, what age are we talking here? Also,
I would say like age 5, 6 to like 12.
Okay.
I was a huge Disney Channel girl.
Sure.
So like
okay.
Disney original movies were like huge for me.
We're talking
High School Musical.
Sure.
Talking the Cheetah Girls.
Flying.
There's not a star in heaven that we can reach.
Listen, hello, fellow kids.
But also like a lot of like even like Pixar was huge, or like like I mean. Shrek, The Incredibles. Like I think movies definitely were like a bigger thing for me in terms of like entertainment.
Right.
As
and
a
it was
kid.
Movies when they were coming out.
So
like you would go see Incredibles in the theater.
Go see Monsters Inc. See like that was definitely like a family thing we would do. Okay. So yeah.
And
absolutely.
then would you rewatch like Monsters Inc. 45,000 times?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we had them on DVD. So like I mean at that time we weren't really streaming anything. So we either had the DVDs or VHSs, or we would go to like Redbox, Netflix, and pick it up, and Blockbuster.
My heart that you referenced VHS, because we just, absolutely. I mean, like we had, Robin Hood, Cinderella, all of them on
Snow
VHS.
White. Yes, we had all of those on VHS
in my time, but we did the same thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Jack, what about you? I noticed you didn't join in on the High School Musical sing-along.
I don't have those lyrics memorized.
Okay.
I thought that was great.
I only knew the first part. But that's okay.
I vividly remember High School Musical being an event film in elementary school.
Sure.
I remember like 20 of us getting together.
No, yes. Same.
Yeah. But growing up, I don't really remember the kinds of movies I was watching from like ages 6 and up, but I watched a lot of movies on DVD players.
Okay.
Like if traveling in the car, like a lot
of
movies.
portable DVD.
Pre-iPad.
Yes.
Okay.
DVD player was
Right.
big.
But no specific movie titles stay with you.
The movie titles that stay with me more are like ages 12, 13, 14.
Speak on it. Tell us.
Well, I remember the first really big formative movie experience was when Force Awakens came out. I was 14.
And God,
I swear not to make this about me, but I've never been more hungover than when I went to see The Force Awakens. I have like such a sense memory of how old and hungover I was in that moment, and you're like 12. Anyway, 14. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Continue.
But it was a really big deal to my dad that we got to see it together because
that's so nice.
When Empire Strikes Back came out, he was 13.
Oh,
so it was like
that's
he was
really-
13
that's
again
lovely.
with his son, and that was a very formative
cute.
memory.
That's very beautiful.
Honestly, that was the last one I really locked
Okay.
in for because I wasn't a huge
Do
fan,
you
but-
remember him showing you the original Star Wars movies?
Oh yeah, we watched
Yeah.
all of them.
And like,
yeah.
how old were you?
I mean, if that's before that one, I probably 8 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And yeah, like the stuff that really I hold on to is like the event kind of stuff. Like when I snuck into my first rated R movie.
What was it?
A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Wow.
Seth MacFarlane.
Okay, sure.
what a choice.
Yeah.
What
Well, I
theater
was
would you like
14.
to?
I don't even remember that.
It's okay. They're not gonna.
No, that's okay. Well, it's different ownership now. Kevin Smith now owns my childhood movie
Oh,
theater
that's cool.
because we're from the same town.
Okay.
And during COVID, when it almost got lost, he
Right.
came in and saved it.
Okay.
But it was different ownership group, so I have no problem saying that it was
Okay.
the Atlantic Highlands Cinema. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Nice.
Okay. Jomi.
I've never felt older hearing you say you're in.
Well, see, you're the
14
bridge. Yeah.
I was
I
in,
mean, listen. Yeah.
was in college. This is my oh my God. Anyway,
I was almost 30, guys. So just like relax. I know I was dating my now husband because he turned over when the Millennium Falcon showed up. He turned to me and he was like, "That's the Millennium Falcon." And I was like, "I'm not that stupid." But anyway.
No, I think I can vividly remember the first movie I saw in theaters, and it was Monsters Inc.
Same.
Aw, that's
because
so nice.
my dad was like, "Is this movie gonna scare you?" And I was like, "I'm tough. Don't worry about me." And it scared the hell out of me. But it was fine. No, for me, like, it was always like trying to get my parents to take me to theaters was always a challenge. So anytime they did,
Okay.
it was always like
Yeah.
a thrill. You know, I remember dragging my mom to go see the first Fantastic Four movie in theaters.
Oh, that's nice.
And,
It was
you know,
bad, right?
No.
Well,
why would
how
you do
old
that?
were you?
I was 2005, 8, 9.
Okay, so to you it was perfect.
To me, cinema.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
even, I mean, look, now it's fine. All right.
Okay.
Let's chill on the slander. But to your point, being like watching movies as a kid was always cool. You know, we had the Nickelodeon VHSs, the orange ones.
Yup.
Yeah.
What were those? Like
those
what?
were
what like,
Rugrats.
oh, the Rugrats
mostly.
movie.
Yeah.
Take
Mhm.
Had
me
the
there. I
Rugrats.
want to
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
Take
Take
yeah.
me
Listen,
there.
I was
I wanna
part of
go-
that.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
We had those. But the
Mhm.
movies that like really made me came out when I was like 12, 13.
Okay.
And
Which are those? It's a
No. You say this, Amanda. But I'm gonna list some movies
Okay.
that, by the way, all came out within a 62-day radius. Right. So
of
within
each
like
other?
8 weeks of in
Okay.
2010, all came out about
the
8
summer?
weeks. Yes.
and so you were there and
When I tell you
Yeah.
I was locked in, I think it was the first time
okay.
I ever locked in.
Yeah. This is beautiful. I had a summer like this, but it was in 1995 before any of you were born. So continue.
If I was brave enough to share my litter box publicly, like my top
Okay.
4, this would be my top 4. I need everybody to just relax when you hear this.
Okay.
Iron Man 2,
Okay.
The Losers,
Okay.
A-Team,
Oh God.
Night and Day. Shaped me.
Night and day.
Shaped me, Amanda. They made me who I
That was a
am.
beautiful kicker.
Wow.
That's beautiful because that can really only happen when you're 12
Yeah.
and you have. Did you like get
See-
dropped off at the mall, or how were you getting to and from the movie theater?
It was basically so that would have been 2010. So that was the summer before high school, right? So
Mhm.
you graduate, you know, you're like The Lakers are in the playoffs. Everybody's feeling good. You know what I mean?
Right.
On their, going back-to-back chips. So I'm just like, hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Work it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing great in school. Can I go to the movies? And you just did that like every two or so weeks.
Okay.
And then you have the best May of your life, essentially.
Wow.
Okay. And but are your parents going with you, or are you old enough to go?
I was
yourself?
old enough to go by that time. Yeah.
That's an amazing feeling.
Oh,
also.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I have a sense of what your favorite movies growing up were as a result of that incredible Letterboxd 4. Jack, like what were the movies that you remember loving, that you remember being like, I want to see more? What was your summer of 2010?
Well, I think when you're talking about like the when things went Technicolor moment, for me was Moonrise Kingdom. When that came out,
beautiful.
I was
way different than mine.
I was
way different than
Wait till you hear mine.
I wish Sean were here. That's his favorite.
I was 11 years old when it came out. So talk about fucking target audience. I mean, I looked at the screen and I was
don't know if an 11-year-old is the target audience.
that kid is he's supposed to be like 12 years old.
You see, yes, yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no, but it's beautiful that you saw yourself.
And yeah, I just remember being like, I can't believe movies can be like this.
That's so nice.
And really loving it. Still love West.
But so is Night and Day. So, that's beautiful.
Flavors.
Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz. It doesn't get any better than that.
Exactly.
Jade?
Paul Dano?
All right. We're going to take a little bit of a turn.
Okay. I don't know how we can take a turn.
The movies that really made me. See, I pride myself in loving those movies that are often left behind, are often, taking a back seat from like the mainstream.
Right. So no one else understood it, but you saw it.
My movies were number 1, Johnson's Family Vacation with Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah. Okay.
You seen it?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Solange Knowles, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like,
I have not seen this.
Oh, you will chuckle the whole time.
Certified hood classic.
Yes, classic. Another one, Roll Bounce. These are all like 2005, 2006.
Okay.
Like I just love kind of a feel good family movie. Again, the Cheetah Girls. I just
it was a time.
The soundtracks. It's the specifically Cheetah Girls 2.
Okay.
That really made me.
So where and like how are you seeking these movies out? DVD.
They were all on DVD.
Okay. So are you like, where are you buying your DVDs in 2005? Or are you renting them?
Well, I would say like my parents were like, I don't even know how they all got there. I was born and I'd go to the cabinets in our kitchen. There was just stacks of movies.
Oh, so your parents are...
Well, my dad's a filmmaker.
I did know that.
Yes. So, and my parents have been in entertainment and film and TV. So like,
we do have 2 LA kids here as well.
Yeah. So film was like a very big, like having movies, watching them. But like, I was definitely the kid who was like rewatching the same ones. Like I found my favorites. I'm good. I'm sticking to them. But love them.
Your favorites of your parents' collection, or you found your favorite at Blockbuster or at Target, or like, talk me through the acquisition process.
Like when it came to like Cheetah Girls, High School Musical, Disney movies, like I used to love 17 Again with Zac Efron.
Yeah, of
course. Those kinds of movies.
And Matthew Perry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The other half
absolutely.
Of that equation.
I loved Zac Efron.
Yeah.
But I think those were like, we would probably buy them at like a Target or like a Walmart or something like that. But we would also go to Blockbuster a lot.
Okay.
Like that was kind of like every Friday type of thing.
Oh, that's
We'd
nice.
go to Blockbuster in South Pass.
Oh.
Right by the Vons.
Okay.
And the pavilions.
Sure.
Yeah, we'd go right there.
I want to tell you about the South Pass Farmers Market experience I had last week later.
Oh, I'd love to know. Because I haven't been over there in a long time.
It's very charming. Yeah. Okay.
Love that place. But yes, we were definitely Blockbuster heavy.
Was Blockbuster, Jomi, Jack, still in your
Blockbuster Friday was definitely
Blockbuster Friday.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
I also had that. I mean, it was VHS, but like we had it.
Yeah. They still had VHSs though, like for renting when we were when I would go.
You're familiar with the technology. You're not like, what is that?
Yeah, we still have our VHS. Like, well, it's in the garage, but
sure. But also, you guys, it's a physical media house, which is beautiful.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Jack, Blockbuster.
Not really.
Not really.
Redbox.
Okay.
And I'm also not like, what is VHS? Like, I've watched movies on VHS, but it was never a part of like the regular routine of movie watching.
I'm like 99% sure the Hitch DVD and the Spider-Man 3 DVD we took from Blockbuster and just never gave back.
And you know, sometimes that happens.
It does. This question I gave you, I let you guys know generally what we would be talking about because I'm not cruel. But this one, I asked you to tell me your answers in advance so I could make sure that I saw it. Mm-hmm. Jade forgot to do that. So we'll see whether I've seen it.
Okay.
So this is a broad and stupid question, but it will start a conversation. What is, in your opinion, the most important movie to Gen Z? Like, what is, and it doesn't have to be the only answer, but something that you think represents what movies are to people your age, a movie that you have in common. I don't know, however you define important. Jack, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I had 2.
Yes.
I lied. There's really more. I promise I'll be quick.
Okay. Well, I want you to start with your 2 because you told me and I thought they were both really funny.
You want me to just say the 2 off rip?
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
And Lady Bird. I'm 100% serious.
So how do you bring those together?
I'm gonna get there.
Because I feel like it's a Venn diagram.
I'm gonna get there.
But it's just 2 circles.
I'm gonna get there. All right, hear me out. Ready?
Go.
The first way I looked at the question, I spent way too much time on this question, was
likewise
the big box office movies that like take up the cultural mindshare.
Right.
The first, in chronological order, I had 3. Twilight, Hunger Games, Avengers.
Okay.
Twilight, I think, is a little too old. I think that's closer to millennial.
It's Is that important to you?
That was one of my answers.
Oh, great.
Twilight,
okay, I look forward to talking about it because
it's definitely
I was
up
also I was a part of that experience. I saw that opening weekend.
But the problem is Gen Z is 97 to 12, and I know we can only represent ourselves, but I think 08 is just a little too early for it to be the answer. Hunger Games, I think, is in real contention. But then I landed on Endgame because it's 2019. Most of Gen Z is able to see it when it comes out. And I think 2 things. One, if you polled every single Gen Z person on planet Earth, I think this is the movie that you would get the highest percentage of people saying they have watched. And 2,
smart.
I think the digital age has really spawned just tremendous FOMO. And it's the biggest event film of our generation where even if you didn't care about Avengers, even if you didn't watch it, I think when it came out, you can remember what the scene was like when that movie was in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Then
but can I just tell you, great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a wonderful answer.
The big picture is very proud of you.
Thank you.
Today and every day, but that was good. Okay. The other one you're going to have to make a case for.
I will.
Okay.
I have a case ready.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I hate thinking about movies just in a vacuum of how much money they made. What are some of the less commercially successful movies that represent Gen Z? And I'll say before Lady Bird, I think the 2 films that actually represent what growing up in the digital age best are Booksmart and 8th Grade. But those really don't take up any cultural, very niche in whatever echo chamber you're in. I landed on Lady Bird because not only did it have more commercial success, it also had more critical acclaim. And I think it's very well remembered. And there's a couple of things. One, there's yearning for a time where phones didn't exist, but it's also, it's a period piece, but it's not so far gone that it feels modern and rooted like in the world that we were growing up in.
It's literally about someone my exact age. So thank you so much.
But that's what I'm saying.
I feel modern and rooted in the world that we live in. And it's
but
nice to hear.
2002, 2017, that's not too far away.
You're right. Yes, as we're discovering on this podcast right now.
And I mean, it's just probably one of the greatest coming of age movies ever made that also coincidentally came out when a large percentage of Gen Z was in the sweet spot of like ages 13 to 20.
Right.
Usually a genre filled with cliches, heavy-handed stuff, overwrought, and it was genuine and raw. And also features 3 key collaborators in Hollywood that really started blowing up during Gen Z. In Chalamet, Saoirse Ronan, and Greta Gerwig. Now, obviously, Greta was an actress before, and she had acclaim, but this was her directorial feature, and obviously that spawned everything we've seen over the last decade.
Totally.
So I think all of those things both represent Gen Z and was in a good sweet spot of right age, right
appealing
time,
to.
right movie. Exactly.
So thoughtful.
Be honest.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
Had you ever heard a Dave Matthews Band song before seeing Lady Bird?
I had, because my elementary school music teacher was obsessed with Dave
Oh.
Matthews.
Did you have to like perform them in recitals?
No.
Okay. I mean, I kind of wish that you had. But, so in what context is your elementary school teacher playing you Dave Matthews Band?
Just like end of class, 2 minutes. You guys need to know about this band. They're awesome.
Trying
Swear
to
to
put
God.
you on a Dave Matthews, man?
Yes, I swear to God.
Hey, listen
That's
to my
too
man's
funny.
mixtape.
She was
It's
obsessed with
gas.
them. She loved them.
Okay. Well, that is
Wow.
an A24 movie coming soon. Okay. Jomi.
Answer Shrek.
Is that your answer, Jade?
I had a few answers.
Okay.
They both said two
Yeah.
of them, but I have some
The
more.
answer is Shrek.
I
I
agree.
can't
This
tell you.
is
Yes.
a hilarious and very legitimate answer, but explain.
I can't tell you how much my life, I don't want to say ruined, but has been dictated by Shrek memes.
Absolutely.
I have a friend, actually, her name is Abby, who collects Shrek DVDs.
Mhm.
She goes to the Walmart, she's going to the bin, she's buying a Shrek DVD, and she's putting it on her wall. She's got like hundreds
Green
of them.
case.
She's got tattoos,
So,
the whole thing. This is anecdotal.
Yeah,
right?
sure. This is all anecdotal. No one's a data scientist here. Okay. So she's buying the same Shrek
same
DVD?
DVD.
Okay.
The same DVD.
How many does
but
she have?
Just Shrek, not Shrek 2?
Hundreds.
Not Shrek 3?
Hundreds.
Maybe. But as it was portrayed to me,
Okay.
the same Shrek DVD,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
How much is a Shrek DVD going for these days?
You can bargain, man, probably like $5. You go to the
I've
Winco.
I've straight up never wanted to be friends with someone more than this person that you're describing. Like this, I need you to introduce me to this person. So
she listens to the
badly.
pod. She's gonna hear this.
Okay.
We can make the connect.
Okay.
No,
That's
and
incredible
I mean,
shit.
legendary stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the memes.
Sure.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life. I'm sure we're all familiar. Like just a generation of. I remember they announced Shrek 5 coming,
Mhm.
and everybody went
In
crazy.
shambles.
Everybody went nuts. I mean, the
Shambles.
motion is wild. We haven't had a movie come out in how many years?
And people are still the musical.
you
Talk about the
know,
musical. Let's talk about Universal Studios rides. Like
crazy motion,
crazy impact.
crazy motion.
Impact is
This
there.
This is why we did this podcast. For
We
you
happen to both
just
be wearing green right
yelling
now.
at Schitt's
That's true.
Like,
Wow.
obviously a very successful movie. So a lot of you. Did you all see it in theaters?
Yeah.
Well,
First-
Jack, yeah, you're our baby, and we respect you.
Maybe.
The first one.
I saw it in
but
theaters.
the second, third, and fourth one, they were all DVD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I saw I can't remember the first one, maybe, but the second and third one, I definitely saw in theaters, and then the fourth one, yeah, let me get that on DVD. Y'all got it. Yeah, let me
Yeah,
just
that one-
watch at the crib.
I think that's a great pick. So, Jade, two of yours have been at least mentioned.
Yes, Twilight and Shrek were both
Okay.
two of my. But the third one, which is funny because I watched the first and second, but I wasn't like a part of the fandom of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say Harry Potter.
Yeah, I wondered whether someone was going to bring this
I
up.
feel
I
like that's
just
a little
feel
bit
like-
older.
Like
Not older than Shrek.
Yeah.
yeah, like
I mean,
think
when the movies, but the
movies,
books,
not the book, the movie specifically. I feel like we're very much
maybe.
like Gen Z coded in terms of just like the amount of people our age were like gravitating towards that.
I mean, I think that's true, and that they were still
yeah.
they were trying to do this thing of being a kids movie that also
Yeah.
included
Yeah.
all
I
of the
agree.
adults, such as like myself.
I agree.
But they were released when you were
Yeah.
younger, and the first couple are for children.
Yeah.
You know? They're
exactly.
very small.
Very yeah.
The only
very
reason
young.
I brush up against it is because we get online every time you see a Gen Zer trying to make fun of a millennial, it's haha, you're a Hufflepuff or you're a Gryffindor. Like that's the joke, right? That's-
I could see that. I could see it being like I do think Shrek was more Gen Z than Harry Potter. I also
The
want
first
to
Harry
add,
Potter
though,
film is 2001, and Shrek is also 2001.
right.
So you know,
I also would like to add this as maybe a secondary. It's not top. But SpongeBob the movie.
I had this in my short list as well.
I
had this
I
too.
have to say, I have to be honest. I
It
have to
moved
be
weight.
real with everybody.
It
So
moved weight.
SpongeBob the movie.
Listen, I have worked at the Ringer for a long time and have interacted with people younger than me for a long time, so I'm familiar with the impact that SpongeBob had on all of you. That was originally a TV show.
Originally. But the movie specifically,
Yes.
is like
Say more.
very much embedded into a lot of Gen Z's brains and minds. I think
What
that
have you learned?
there's-
What did you learn from SpongeBob the movie that you're taking with you?
what have I learned? I think one of the biggest things is, I mean, this is a different quote, but adventure is out there.
Yes.
Adventure is out
This
there.
See? There you go. That's
I have
beautiful.
a question for
Up
you.
was a great
Yes.
movie.
Are you a goofy goober?
Are you a goofy?
I mean, I don't know, but so here's a real question for you guys. Like, is SpongeBob over, or are my kids going to get into it?
Ooh, so here's the thing, right? If we being
listen,
yeah,
you
if we're
don't
being
even
real,
hold on,
my
hold on.
sons
Real.
Hold on.
deserve adventure that is out
And
there
they
too.
do.
I think
Okay,
there's other
No,
adventure.
hold on. They do. What you do is you can't. I can't co-sign
you guys
anything.
were really gatekeeping the.
No,
the
I-
SpongeBob.
no, not at all.
No. It's
I
not
can't
about
co-
gatekeeping. It's not
I
about
can't
gatekeeping.
co-sign nothing after 2010.
Right. That's the
Okay,
thing.
what happened?
You know, the animation
Shift.
different
There's a
shit. You know,
shift.
priority shifted.
Budget, money.
Okay.
Where is it
Recycled
going to?
ideas.
Yes.
Okay.
So what you do is you go on. I'm pretty sure it's probably on. I'm plugging a lot of Paramount today. Cut me a check. You go on Paramount Plus, and you put on episode 1,
Yeah.
Help Wanted, and you let them ride until you get to about 2009, 2010, and then you cut
Agreed.
it off.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also, I would say, like, that's similar with Disney Channel. Disney is not. There was a point in time between like 2003
Yeah, it was a
when
time.
like That's So Raven came out,
Oh, man.
and then going like up to like 2011, 2012, like when like the last shows of like Phineas and Ferb, like
Yeah.
those were the times
I
where
know-
I feel
I know
like
about
had the most impact on like kid TV.
We used to make
You know?
real TV, man.
Real
used to
TV,
make
you
real
know what I'm
This is
saying?
a movie podcast.
Yes, but real Disney original movies. Smart
Sure.
House.
Yeah.
The Luck of the Irish, great movie.
Yeah.
Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
You know what I'm saying? I think there was this time where the creative juices were really flowing.
And it
between Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, RIP, Disney Channel.
Now the kids have The Descendants.
Which,
You know, good for them, man. Good for the kids.
you know, I'm so happy for them.
But
I hope they enjoy it.
It is interesting that you're talking more about like the Disney Channel
Disney had a
originals
run.
and the TV stuff as opposed to whatever. I mean, I'm ruined forever because I was Disney Princess era, but I can't tell you what the 2008 like Disney
Because
Princess.
I think the thing about it is that Disney specifically, and then I think Nickelodeon started doing it too, is they would have the shows
yeah.
and then they would make movies.
Yeah.
right.
With the show, Wizards of Waverly Place had a movie.
Sure.
Even Stevens had a
Aren't
movie.
they making a new show?
Lizzie McGuire, they did. I think they started.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
like the.
I know that's a big deal. Lizzie
Yeah.
McGuire too. She goes to Rome or something.
Mhm.
Oh, I think
Yeah,
that's-
you and Juliet taught me about this.
Mhm.
Sure,
And she
yeah.
got her twin.
Yeah, the
Yup.
only important
Yup.
thing that's ever happened at the Trevi Fountain and Rome and cinema.
Yes,
But continue.
yes,
yeah.
exactly.
I-
But
I think what's important about
yeah.
it too is like we talked about this earlier. It's hard to get your parents to take you to the movies,
mhm.
but it's easy when Disney Channel is just airing High School Musical 2
Okay.
over and over and over again.
It's like you
And-
got your
Right.
movies and TV.
There was
Yeah.
an event film aspect of it too, where it would be advertised weeks before that. Mark your calendars, Friday, April 21st.
Yep.
Okay.
We are going to have the Lizzie McGuire movie
Release,
on 7
premiere.
p.m. Eastern. And you would make plans around the release of the Disney film.
Brother, let me
Mhm.
tell you something. Me and my family were on a road trip. We're going to San Diego for a week vacation. And we knew that High School Musical 2 was premiering that Sunday. And so we got there, maybe starting like 45, 30 minutes. I have never unpacked a car faster to be in front of my television to watch High School Musical 2, the
Okay.
premiere. I'm telling you, like, you're absolutely correct. It was a moment.
But it was access. Part of it, Jomi's point is interesting that it was easier to see those at home than it was to get to the movie theater.
But there was even like High School Musical 3.
yeah.
I saw El Capitan.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you.
Wow.
LA privilege.
And those
big
ti-
time.
and those
much
tiny
LA
seats.
privilege I had.
Yeah.
So it was for my friend. it was her birthday that I went to school with. And she, I don't know, the LA privilege, the LA Connect. She had to connect. So we watched the premiere there.
Okay.
And it was the whole theme was High School Musical 3 themed.
Wow.
Whole thing.
High School Musical was so big that they had posters. They advertised posters in the hallways at my school.
Wow.
Like they bought ad space in the hallways of my elementary school.
I'm telling you, that might have been one of the Gen Z top, like what it kind of defines because there was just so. I mean, I had High School Musical shoes.
I mean, that's great.
It was like it was everywhere.
I'm happy for you that you're. Were you allowed to wear those to school?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Some schools.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to wear that. Great.
Yeah, they were
that's
pretty
great.
loose on the.
This was not on the list, but this just occurred to me based on this story. Did any of you ever have like a movie themed birthday party, like where your birthday party was go to the movies or watch a movie?
Oh my God.
Jomi, I think you're a summer birthday like me.
Yes.
So
if I'm remembering correctly, I think this is so embarrassing. I think I went to go see Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Okay.
On my birthday.
Okay.
And that sucked.
Yeah.
Because the movie sucked.
All right. And like, did you have friends come or that?
It was just my family.
It was your like birthday treat.
It was just my family because we wasn't made of money, Amanda.
Sure,
you know what
I know.
saying?
And even then,
shell out so much. Only took the 5 of us. And the movie stunk, and my birthday stunk, but it was still a good time.
All right, but that was what you wanted to do.
I was like, I want to go see Fantastic Four.
Jack,
I don't think I did.
Okay, I might not just have been Sean and I both did, but we are ancient and also summer birthdays, and we're also movie nerds. Mm-hmm. So, like a thing that you would do is, go to the mall, and everyone would like go see it. Mine was like I went to see Elijah Wood in North, which is none of you have seen this movie, and there's no reason you should have, because much like you, Jomi, it turned out to be bad, but you don't know when you're picking your birthday movie.
Right.
Okay. Right. All right. Here's another very important Gen Z question. According to you, who is the biggest movie star in the world?
Who's first?
Jomi.
I mean, so
it doesn't have to be a Gen Z person. I just want to know your perspective.
But it's so on the nose. I got to go with my GOAT. I got to go with RDJ, They bring him back. So, because here's the thing, right? He's got all the stuff in the 90s. He becomes toxic. Nobody wants to work with him. Kevin Feige and Jon Favreau are like, here's a lifeline. And he changed their lives. He changed those broke people's lives. Now there's a whole... Now movies are fundamentally different because Robert Downey Jr. is like, I'll play Iron Man. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Right? And then he leaves, wins an Oscar for Oppenheimer. Then it's like, you know what? I got my award. Let me go get this bag back. Comes back to do Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. That's my GOAT. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I just want to let you know that Robert Downey Jr. turned 60 on Friday. So which is,
right, he old.
As I show every day, age, is not a limitation.
Is that a slight towards Tom Cruise?
What? That he's turning 60?
Yes.
No, I'm just kind of. This is a podcast about how you guys are young and what you think about the movie world, and you're picking a 60.
Because I don't respect these young actors. Okay. They don't want it no more. They don't want it hard enough. Timmy, the only one. Like, let's be like perfectly honest. Timmy, the only one who got that dog in him.
Okay, Yeah.
What happened to what? And maybe this. And this
Zendaya
is also
got that dog in her.
Yeah.
Zendaya do got that dog in her. Mm-hmm. This is where I show my age in terms of like I'm like. When I think about movies,
cusp. Yeah,
because I'm like, what happened to the rom-coms, man? People used to earn their way into this thing.
Yeah,
I saw it's really the state of the industry when I'm looking at Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. I'm like, wow, man, movies are back, bruh. This changed my life.
Right.
It's a regular run of the mill joint.
We should be getting very good. Yeah,
we should be getting 2 of these a week. All right, of just mid-level rom-com joints.
That's called television. But I broadly agree with you. What's tough is that they actually are making them again, but they're all on streaming services starring women who were in those rom-coms 30 years ago when they were released in theaters. It's called Garbage Women. We did an episode about it on Friday, Yasi and I. Also some great hairstyling tips in that one. But speaking of, have you seen the Zac Efron, Nicole Kidman rom-com, Jade. A Family Affair on Netflix. That is something that happens, but as Miss High School Musical, you'll have to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So besides Zac Efron, who to you is the biggest movie star in the world?
I was gonna say Tom Cruise.
Okay.
I just feel like as someone who's not necessarily well-knowledged or well-versed in like the depths of movies.
No.
Tom Cruise.
When you hear movie star, you say Tom Cruise.
I'm thinking Tom Cruise. I'm thinking Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
I'm thinking like Viola Davis too, though.
Yes.
I'm thinking Samuel L. Jackson.
Sure, but you're not thinking anyone under 30.
Zendaya would be the only one.
Yeah. And I mean, she's getting there.
You guys did.
Yeah.
It's Zendaya, Timothy, and Margot Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you could.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's telling for both of you that when like your answers are not peers, they are. I say movie star, and you think of a relatively old.
The legend. It's an older legends. Concept. You think people who have had longevity in their career, who have been in multiple lead roles, who have been award-winning to some degree. That's what I think of.
It sucks too because Tom Holland should be in this conveson.
I like
He's not doing enough.
Oh, he's not.
I mean, he's got to be in a Christopher Nolan movie.
He's going to get in a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man 4, it might turn, but these are the conversations he should be in. You know, we mentioned Timothy, we mentioned Zendaya. He got to be here somewhere.
It is hard when, and you know, Sean and I are like broken records on this, but everyone your age, and Tom Holland is a great example, became famous by playing a superhero. So he's not really Tom Holland to most people, he's Spider-Man. So then it's hard to become known on your own if you are Captain America or Spider-Man or Batman or the Silver Surfer. Who played the Silver Surfer?
I can't remember who did the mocap, but he was voiced by Lauren Fishburne.
Oh, okay.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
I can speak.
Jack, who's your movie star?
In my heart of hearts, I think it's Chalamet or Cruise.
Okay.
And then I'd lean Chalamet because the upward trajectory.
Sure. Yeah.
But I just want to throw this out.
Okay.
So I did a little digging.
Great.
And I was looking up how many movies since 2016 has an actor or an actress been in that have grossed $200 million at the international box office.
Okay.
And no disrespect, but I wanted to look outside of the Avengers window because that's kind of in the past, not looking forward
an
to the
asterisk to me.
future.
Yeah.
That sounds like an asterisk to me.
So,
but for the same reason that we're,
they're projecting towards the future.
Well, and also the Avengers are that's the draw.
Yes.
Okay.
So I looked at DiCaprio. He's been in 1.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at Cruise and Chalamet have both been in 3.
Yes.
Zendaya's been in 6, but they're all mainly supporting roles.
Right. And then
Can
most
you
of them
guess
are Dune. Yeah.
how many Dwayne The Rock Johnson has been in since 2016?
Yeah, but this is a little, I mean, okay, let me guess.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
I'm going to say 12.
I'm going to say 13.
I'm going to say 8.
It was 12.
Oh my God.
Now, some of the parts are, a cameo in a Fast movie or a voice credit in Moana.
Right.
But even if you cherry pick and take 5 of those off, he still has more than almost anybody else. And I'm not saying that box office success directly translates to movie stardom.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to. That number was staggering to me.
It's a great point. And I think his career he realized that. People in his circle realized that. And then tried to capitalize on it, but wound up making movies like Jungle Cruise and Red Notice. And it turns out that...
we don't like Red Notice over here?
Are you serious? Okay.
It was, I didn't know. It's not the worst thing I've ever watched.
It's quite bad.
But it's not great. It's not great. You're absolutely right.
But, I guess it turns out that the movies have to at least be watchable in order for people to want to keep investing in your career.
Maybe the quality.
It's good research, and I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you brought it up.
And like I said, my heart of hearts, I say it's Chalamet. I just wanted to present the point because I was shocked by that.
Yeah.
No love for Zoe Saldana?
No.
No.
I mean, she's at 2 franchises where one of them she is blue the whole time. So
I mean, Star Trek, Avatar.
Oh, sure, 3. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, there was a joke.
Your favorite movie, Amelia Perez?
Yes. Wait, why would you say that to me? No, I was gonna and that, but I'm not letting that slide. No way. I'm not having that attached to me. No way. No, but I mean, You talk about box office.
Mhm.
I don't have the number off the top of my head, but literally one of the highest.
Absolutely.
At like,
Yeah.
I remember when Endgame passed Avatar, and then Avatar passed Endgame again. It's just like Zoe Saldana switching, teams every time because
Right.
that she was in both those movies.
But
So,
and I think the answer really is that like the Avengers or Avatar, I guess not really, but Guardians, all of those things.
can we
are
name
the real.
the guy in Avatar? This is a movie podcast. Can we name the guy who plays the main dude in Avatar?
Oh, I can. Yes. Can I? Any of you?
I can, but only because he's the guy from Avatar.
Right. Scott Worthington.
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington. Sam. Damn it!
Close.
I did this time when I was there. It's fine.
Close.
He looks like a Scott.
It could have been Matt Damon. Matt Damon sold
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I know.
But yeah, it's just like it's incredible how forgettable those movies are. But yet, when
Got another one this year. It's gonna
Fire
make.
and Ash comes out, I'm gonna be
It's
there.
gonna make
I'm
Gonna make a
watch that.
billion.
so many billions.
Watch that 3-hour green screen. I'll be
Okay.
there.
I've got some lightning round-ish questions. But the first is you three are I think quite representative, but you do also work at the Ringer, so you consume pop culture and sports at a intense rate. So I want to talk about like movies and your friends. And this will be like super anecdotal, but like do you talk about movies with your friends? Do you go see movies with your friends? Is it in the group chat? I sound like 1,000 years old, but I
don't. You actually don't. You sound pretty on point.
do use group chats. Is it a shared cultural? Are they a shared cultural thing
Yes.
for people your age?
Absolutely.
What was the last movie you saw like with
That
friends?
with friends?
Yeah.
Wicked. Saw Wicked with friends.
Sure.
Saw Barbie with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Group chat discourse all over the place.
Okay.
I think it's very and then like again with my partner, like again, he's a movie guy, so like we talk about movies all the time. And I think too, like after just watching a movie, it's natural to
Mhm.
debrief and just talk and discuss about
of course.
the movie.
So you mostly named like event movies.
Event movies,
So you would say that is what really captures.
yes.
Okay.
Because I mean
that
too
is their
again
design.
going like, not to get off movies and onto TV, but like we kind of do the same thing with TV. It's like if we watch the same shows,
Yeah, of
have
course.
to talk about it.
Okay.
What's going on?
Jack.
Yeah, but I also think I'm like biased because I've locked myself into a comfort bubble of Ithaca College Film School graduates. So
That's right. I forgot you were Ithaca.
it's
College
kinda
as well.
tough.
Yeah.
I mean, like we have people in our friend group that like we've met outside that are apart, but by nature, it's just.
So, but
I would say movies are the number one thing we talk about. the
movies
most.
are a way
Wow.
of making friends, almost. I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a pathetic way. I mean that in a cool.
I think
way.
we made
It's
the
hard to make
friendships.
friends as
we
grown-ups. I
we
don't know if you
made
know
the
that.
friendships not directly through movies, but
Yeah.
it's a through line of our
It's
relationships
cultivating
with
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
the relationship.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think that's great. Jomi.
Definitely. I think. I mean, you mentioned working the Ringer. I have like two. If I could put my friends into two groups.
Mm-hmm.
It's either my friends who talk about sports
Yeah.
or friends who talk about TV, movies, and culture.
Right.
And like the overlap of those people are really like my closest friends and people that work here,
Yes. Yeah.
essentially. And so, yeah, I mean, I have a podcast where I talk about movies. I love to talk about movies. I love to go. The last movie I saw with folks was Black Bag. We went to go see that at Los Feliz 3. Just like a nice little time. You get there, you watch a movie, then you talk about it
Yeah.
afterwards. It's a lost art. I like to see movies by myself
As do I.
because God
Yeah.
forbid, like I like my friends. I love y'all, but there is something about walking up to the AMC, getting my my Sour Patch Kid watermelon, my large Diet Coke, and maybe if I'm feeling a little froggy, some chicken tenders.
Mm.
And I go to the theater
Mhm.
and I sit in my seat, which sometimes if I got a little extra bread on me, I buy the seat next to me so I can put my jacket on there so nobody's sitting next to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you're a AMC.
Stubs,
Yeah,
right? So I just
so
be like, yo, let me just
yeah.
toss the extra 21. They ain't gonna get that anyway.
Yeah.
Boom. Don't sit
Wow.
next to me. You know what I'm saying? When I went to see when Tenet came back out, I was like, yeah, I know I'm gonna need this extra seat in the IMAX. Don't nobody bother me. I'm locked
That
in
is
on
too
this
funny.
cinema. And it was fantastic.
That's awesome.
I didn't
Don't
know
see
we were
movies
in
by
the
yourself.
presence of a 1%er over here.
Yeah.
Jeez, Jomi. We got second seat money, bro.
Listen,
Let me
brother,
get some of
listen,
that.
Crazy.
brother.
Let me
You know
hold
what
on
I'm
to some of that, bro.
Crazy.
What you mean, bro? I got it from you. You Venmo me the money. That was you. That was all you, Bobby. Come on now. Appreciate you. Hey, appreciate you letting me borrow your Lambo for the weekend too, my man. That was real nice.
I got you.
That was real kind
more
of
of
you,
a
man.
Ferrari man myself, but we could roll with that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I mean, that's just a throwaway, right? That was just, for, you know what I'm saying? That was just for us. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Have you noticed, like, has the place of movies in your world like changed at all? Are people paying more attention, less attention? Jack, like, have you always been going to rep theaters, or is that like a new thing? That
was a new thing moving to LA.
Yeah.
I mean, that was way harder in suburban New Jersey. It's tough. I'm inclined to say that it's improving and growing, but it's difficult.
But you are also.
I have blinders.
Yeah.
I'm in an echo chamber, whether it's the algorithm I've curated on social media, the friend group, or my place of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to not say that.
Yeah.
It's growing.
Yeah. Jade, you mentioned 2 fairly recent like event movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you think back, or is that like a fairly new phenomenon of like you and your friends being like, we're gonna make a date to go see this?
I would say there was like high school, that was a big thing. Like we'd go to the movies all the time.
Yeah.
Paseo, we recently talked about.
Oh yeah,
the changes. Arc light.
That was a great arc light.
Yeah, it was a great arc light. Like we would definitely.
They
go
recently put those like school desk things,
Oh.
like you know,
in the seats.
So you can eat.
So you can-
Yeah, so you can eat,
Oh,
but it's like you're at a
interesting.
school desk and it folds in and out.
I haven't been in there
It's
in
fairly
so long.
confusing.
But I would say, like, again, it's kind of phases. Like high school, that was a big thing. I went like to movies a little bit in college, but I was in DC, but it was like kind of rare.
College is sort of
college, you know,
is the black
and
box
then
for that
like
sort of thing.
post college, it was a lot of like dates with my boyfriend, but like friends would be here and there, parents would be here and there.
Okay.
So like it kind of just varies.
Okay.
Depending on like what's coming out.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I have a question, and maybe I don't want to mean to step on your toes, but talk about going to movies with people. I'm sure that you've done this. Have you guys ever had to line up for a movie?
Yes.
Like the movie's coming out, there's no reserved seating, so you got to stand outside and wait for the movie.
Not that I can remember.
Not even growing up.
But I also feel like I was I wasn't the kind of person or around people who would like wait in line for a movie, like have that kind of excitement for that experience. So I might just be an outlier.
I think the last time I did, what was the movie that you did it for? Last movie you did it for?
I don't remember the last one, but I went to the Arrow a lot last year, and if you ever had a free RSVP, that didn't guarantee you a seat. So sometimes would go early to get in line to make sure you'd get a seat.
I mean, I remember lining up for the last movie I did it for was Civil War, of Captain America: Civil War. Let's not.
I was gonna say, I was like,
Right.
Let's be for real. Come on, let's be for real. But I remember going to Avengers: Age of Ultron and getting there. It was a decent line, but my buddy was in the front. And so me and my group of friends, we cut the line. Hey, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And then the line like wrapped around the theater.
Oh wow.
That doesn't happen anymore. You mentioned the arc light, and I mean, you go to a theater, you book your seat, you're in there, you don't got to think about it.
Yeah.
But that was a moment. It was a time where, the movie starts at 7:30. We got to get there by 5:30. We're gonna, sit in the front.
Right. Yeah, I do also wonder. Again, now we all live in Los Angeles, where the theater experience is you really can find a reserved seat. Though Oppenheimer was selling out here for 3 months afterwards.
Yeah,
and that was different because you could reserve the seats, but it was hard to get in for a very long time. You didn't answer whether you feel like movies are more or less important to like your social group than they were.
It depends, because again, like some of them are sports, some of them are movies.
Yeah.
It is a thing when you're not locked in, you're not caught up, and they're talking about, let's like, oh man, Mickey 17 was crazy. I'm like, I'm not locked in.
Yeah.
So you do feel this kind of pressure to be like, well, let me make time go to the theater so I'm not missing out. When it's an event type thing, like, I mean, Barbenheimer was the whole experience, but you couldn't not be like, I'm not gonna go see Barbie. I'm not gonna see Oppenheimer. That doesn't make any sense, right?
I mean, people my age felt that way, so
right. It's just like a completely different aura about it. But you talk about like movies like these days. Again, I use Mickey 17 example because it's kind of polarizing. People have like differing opinions on it, whether
Right.
it was good, Robert Pattinson, this and that, which and which, and so you want to go make your own opinion, right? Like, are these people making sense? I like Robert Pattinson, his accent, this and this, whatever it may be, and so yeah, which you want to participate in that kind of conversation, whether it's in person or on social media. Gotta go see the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, lightning round. What's the best movie you've seen in the last year, Jade?
Ooh.
Do you want to think about it?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, Jack.
Dune Part 2.
Wow. Okay, you're just coming in. That is technically still calendar year.
Yeah,
because it was March,
last
right?
year, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's
but-
close. I see what you're
Well,
saying.
listen, we'll allow
close.
it. Okay.
Sorry.
If we're
Jomi.
counting Dune 2, then the answer is Dune 2.
Okay, if we're not counting Dune 2, what is it? Just for a variety's sake.
I really liked Black Bag
So
Like-
did I.
a lot. I
So does
love
Everyone who has seen it.
I love Soderbergh. Oceans is one of my favorite films. Kate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender do their thing. If I had to pick one of the last year, I'd say that.
Okay, great answer. Jade?
I can't really remember all the movies I've watched this year, but I'll say
Only
Wicked.
watched like 6.
I'll
Yeah.
say Wicked.
I was going to,
'cause,
just,
I mean that.
yeah. So go ahead. Super fans review of Wicked.
Oh, I loved it. I
Yeah.
thought it was great. They're pretty much on point with the whole entire script, so it's like you kind of know it front and back.
Right.
Singing was beautiful. I don't know. Some of the like design of it, I was a little like, okay, maybe not my personal style, but I mean, acting, singing, dancing, all great. can't complain.
Quick Wicked question. Can I hate Ariana Grande's character in that movie? Because I was mad.
Yes.
You were mad at her? You felt she
Well,
were
because she was doing Cynthia Erivo's character crazy. Right?
Yeah.
The whole
Yes.
movie.
At the
And
point,
then-
I think there is a point like that her character is kind of meant to make you feel like she is kind of
Right.
polar opposite to
Right. They're ops,
Elf.
right?
Yes.
And then they come together.
Mhm.
But the movie opens with her burning her homie's effigy. I can't let that slide. I can't let that slide.
Well, isn't that a preview of
Yeah, that's kind of that's the kind of point to understand that their relationship is very complex, and the way in which they get to that point is like you have to go back and see all of how it played out. It is
Including-
wild,
including part 2?
including part 2, which you haven't seen yet. So
I'll be there.
I think you're not wrong, or your opinion isn't invalid in not liking Glinda. Like there's a lot of people don't, and I think she is the kind of person, like the perspective in which Wicked is made, you're supposed to like Elphaba.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to see how Glinda treats Elphaba in this way and kind of grows into understanding her more. But then part 2, which you'll find out, like stuff happens.
Apparently it's crazy.
I mean, it's already happened, but like stuff happens to where their relationship kind of gets compromised.
Okay.
How are you, Jade, super fan of Wicked
fan.
and
Love it.
Wicked alumnus, or
Yes.
what's this shit? What is it? Shiz. Yeah. Okay.
Shiz.
Great. That was like that was like a real my grandma. But that was more about Wicked.
Shiz
and-
University.
Do animals
yeah.
sing in part 2? Be honest.
Because in part 1, they're in that transition period of like they're starting to lose their voice. They
Right,
can't
yeah,
really.
yeah.
So I'm trying to remember if in part 2
It's a
they
plot
sing,
point.
but I would say like maybe towards the beginning.
Okay.
But by the end, no.
Are you looking forward to part 2?
Very much so.
Do you have any concerns that among the Wicked like
Mhm.
people there is a belief that part 2 might not be as strong in terms of songs as part 1?
Yeah, I agree. I think the stronger songs are in part 1. Like, so I do think for people who maybe don't have that much knowledge or have like seen Wicked like that,
Mm-hmm.
the songs might be a little more dragged out, a little more because those songs are more for like storytelling.
Right.
I feel like the part 1 is more like I'm just singing to belt and sing out and like
Sure.
you
and
know,
defy
evoke
gravity.
an emotion, whereas the songs in part 2 are more like I'm telling this and I'm doing this and stuff like that. So I kind of agree with that. But I think if you like Wicked, you know the song, so you'll enjoy it.
Okay. I'm dreading it, but I'm happy for you. It's whatever. We're all being honest here.
Valid.
Jack, the best movie that you've seen in the last 5 years. This doesn't have to be exact. I think what I'm going for is...
I thought it was the last year.
Well, that was...
Oh, that was a previous question.
Yeah, this is a new question. Yeah, this is a new one.
Got
what
you.
I'm going for here, like, in your adulthood.
Can I give you 3?
Yes,
I'll be so fast. I won't have to speak
they'll be
on
so
it.
fast.
Worst person in the world.
Great pick.
West Side Story.
The Steven Spielberg
Yes.
version. Yes. Okay.
I thought we were only doing like last 5 years,
Yes.
the calendar
Yeah,
releases.
yeah.
And Tar.
Love Tar. As you know, I love all of those. Have you seen the original West Side Story?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, just wanted to make sure. Both are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Jomi.
Black Widow, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home. No, I'm kidding. Ooh, that's a good one. Am I a loser if I say Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, you're not. It won Best Picture.
I think that was, again, one of those movies where like, oh, you got to see this one. You got to see this one. And I went to Alamo, I think, for the first time to watch it.
Wow.
And I was blown away. Yeah. I think if I had to pick one movie the last 5 years.
Is that one that you revisit?
I've seen it once or twice on streaming, and it's not. I mean, it's not as magical the first time because you're not inhabiting the world for the first time. You get to learn the rules a little bit more, but it's still a lot of fun. It's still a lot of fun on a rewatch.
No, but that is a great pick of like going to the movies and just having like a completely immersive, magical experience that then goes on to win Best Picture.
Yeah, I mean, and then sometimes a lot of people win Best Supporting Actress that might not have deserved it, but that's fine.
That is true. That was really tough.
Yeah, it's
the Carrie Condon erasure is crazy.
Whoa! Respect my Queen Angela Bassett.
Oh, that's fair too. Either one would have been better.
Probably. That's true. It's all true. Jade.
I don't have an answer for this one.
Okay, so you haven't seen any movies that you're passionate about.
I don't think so.
That's a valid answer.
I don't think
It certainly says something about the state of movies.
Yeah, like I can't like think of one that I like. Again, like I really enjoyed Wicked, but I can't think of one in the past 5 years where I was like, oh my god, like this changed my life.
Well, there you go. That's your answer.
That's my answer. When did Endgame come out?
2019.
I was gonna say I really liked Endgame.
Okay, we can extend. I think that's valid. It's also 5 years sort of corresponds to and I didn't intentionally do this, but it corresponds to the pandemic that obviously
changed.
And
I was gonna say that too because it's like I do think that like growing up I was way more into movies, but like kind of phased out of like that kind of experience until things started opening up again and we kind of started seeing more movies, and
it's been real up and down. So
I
hear you.
It's been interesting.
Okay. Yeah. What movie, if any, Jade, you can pass again, are you most looking forward to?
I mean, there's a whole summer full of stuff for me. I mean,
let's go. It could be 2010 all over again for you.
Honestly.
It's beautiful.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, First Steps. You saw me in the merch.
Yeah.
And Superman all come out with, like, Superman and Fantastic Four come out within like 2 weeks. And then beginning of May, or the end of May, Mission Impossible comes out. I will be there no matter what. Like, this means something to me, And so
that's great.
I'm excited.
Beautiful.
That's why I keep that A-list around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be in the theaters.
Jack?
I can't lie. I'm really excited. New Wes, new PTA, new Safdie, new Kogonada, new Trier.
Okay.
Those are 5
so that's like
heavy
your full,
hitters.
Do you want to share the names of those
Sure.
titles?
I have no idea what he just said.
Like,
Sorry.
I know what he's.
What did
I
you
knew as well.
This is, and again, this is so funny because I don't know if you guys seen that meme of John David Washington and his brother at the Criterion Closet.
Yeah.
You're John David Washington's brother. Like, yeah, man, I love the philosophical meaning of this film, man. And I'm John David Washington. Hey, Jackie Chan. Boxing.
That's beautiful. Yeah, share the full titles.
The Phoenician Scheme is Wes's new movie, which we
Wes
were
Anderson.
supposed to. Yes, Wes Anderson. Sorry. Which we were supposed to have a trailer still no trailer.
Like I said, I don't know if I need a trailer. I know it's going to be a Wes Anderson movie that I love.
Just want a little taste, you know?
I know. I
Just
think
want a
we're
little
getting
taste.
too hooked
Just a
on the
little
trailers.
One battle after another.
Sure.
Paul Thomas Anderson's
Yeah.
new movie.
Great trailer.
Yes,
We've
trailer.
seen it.
Marty Supreme.
Yes.
Josh Safdie's, right? Josh Safdie's movie about a ping pong player starring Timothy Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow. There's already been some controversy about that film.
Yeah.
A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, directed by Kogonada. This will be starring Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell, two of our greatest actors.
Yes, and it was recently moved to September and sort of Prime Awards.
And he directed After Yang and Columbus. Those were his two first movies. And then Sentimental Value, same director of The Worst Person in the World, will also be starring Renat Rensby. Don't really know what it's about, but those two together, I'm locked in.
I think that's a great list.
I think we're in store for a great summer.
I love this. I'm so locked in on your answers.
The next generation of big pickers is really,
love that.
You know, big pickers is really, the psychos are strong. Okay, Jade, any movie? You don't have to look forward to a movie.
No, if I see something that I see. That sounds interesting.
All right. So my last question was going to be movies. Are we so over or so back? And I think I know your answer.
I'm in the middle, actually. Like, I don't think they're over.
Okay.
Because I do think I don't think they're over. Because I do think that there are moments when people who are not like movie heads like myself can get involved.
Okay.
One of them days, I was locked in.
Incredible.
Barbenheimer, locked in.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that there are waves of when movies come out. Even like Challengers. Like, you know, like I think there are periods where like people can really get into it. But I would say like they're more like big heavy hitters with like big names. So the ones.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's not. We're not so over.
No.
Jack, so over, so back.
I think we'll never be as back as we once were, but it's definitely not over.
Isn't that the way of life, Jack?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the pandemic fast tracking every movie available at your fingertips at all times accelerated this whole problem we're currently facing. But I just find it hard to believe that movies will ever be entirely erased from the culture. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Okay. I was actually hoping for more optimism from you, but okay, Jomi, so over, so back.
Amanda, movies have never, ever been so bad.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I can't. I mean, between my list of movies I'm excited for, your list, we've got such a mix of things coming down the pipeline.
Jade's like, medium warm anticipation of Wicked 2.
Wicked 2.
Here we are.
That's the movie I'm looking forward to.
There
we go. I'm on Chris Ryan Odyssey watch.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Likewise.
Like we're getting Tom Cruise is gonna make Top Gun Maverick until he's 175.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, as long as we, the movie people, stay watching these movies, going to theaters, stay watching movies, the movie theaters will never die. And that's ultimately what matters.
I actually have a question for you, Amanda.
Yes.
Because you were talking about you grew up on the Disney princesses.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this Snow White?
I haven't even seen it because I grew up in this is the opposite of a Gen Z movie podcast. And I guess we'll do like My Diseased Millennial Brain podcast sometime along with Disney Princess Dad, Sean Fennessy.
Yes.
I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about having been raised in that generation, but I've seen all of those movies 4,000 times.
Yeah.
So, and I don't really understand why they keep making those live action movies.
I was going to ask you this because...
Go ahead, Jomi.
Bread.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, obviously. I think that's obvious, but like, like I agree. Like I feel interesting. I feel weird about all these live action.
Yeah. Okay. So you would like to be on Disney Princess Hell when that happens?
Yeah. Like I don't think I'm personally gonna go and see it. Like I just don't have interest. But I was curious about your your ideas with that.
Not good. You know, I would say in general, being a millennial, I just I don't feel that great about it. It's been way better to talk to you guys. So movies are back. Millennials are not. Thank you. There we go. Listen, that's what we've learned. It's what we've learned. I'm sorry, Bobby. It's your birthday and you're a cusp millennial, but it's just how it happens. Anyway, thank you to Jade, to Jomi, to Jack. You guys were wonderful sports. I really appreciate you. Thank you to Bobby Wagner for his work on this episode. Later this week, Sean is back, and we will share a report from literally my first ever trip to Las Vegas. I have never... I have never been to Las Vegas.
You hit Omnia?
And I am going tomorrow for CinemaCon.
We gotta talk. Oh my God.
All right.
No,
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yo.
We're gonna listen. We will do this offline.
Please.
I can't wait.
Then we will do the report. Everyone, say a prayer for me.
Is this on the Ringer Dime?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see you
Amanda.
next week.
Cut the
Thank
cameras.
you. Goodbye.
Cut the cameras. Let's talk business.